Have you met her?
Hello and welcome to another episode of Have You Met Her? Today I am joined by Adam Smith, a mortgage advisor, and we're going to be discussing the myth. All neurodivergent people have the same needs, abilities and support levels. Welcome, Adam. Thank you for coming on the podcast today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
I know things take me a million times to do. I'm a perfectionist. That's the problem.
No such thing.
I know. Well, tell us about yourself, who you are, what you do, what's your story?
So my name is Adam.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of work, I do mortgages, insurance.
Riveting.
Yeah, can be. And yeah, I've always been in this industry since I finished university in 2009 in Loughborough, and I've had my business for 3 years now.
Mm-hmm. What made you get into the industry to start with?
I fell into it. So, yeah, when I finished university, I didn't really do much for a year. I did some travelling and going off to different places and I had enough of work at university. And yeah, I came back and I thought, I need to get some money now. And I remember sitting there at home on Reed, the website.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the pink
not
one.
Ask Jeeves. You're not.
No, I'm not. Well, I do remember Ask Jeeves, actually. We used it at school. And just put in graduate jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, at the time, I lived in a little village near Toaster where my parents lived.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so the kind of radius was Northampton, Milton Keynes. And it popped up graduates needed, Milton Keynes. So I just applied and it said £80 a day. I thought, wow, that was loads back then. I thought, wow, that's really good.
living the dream.
Yeah, and I thought, I need some of that. So I applied, and anyway, and basically what they were doing is hiring a load of people, like 20, 30 people at a time, sticking them in Santander, and we were dealing with that's like investment stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they train us. And then I remember on the first day, the woman said to me, oh, if you do these exams, then you'll, then you can earn like £400 a day. So I was like, oh, I need to do them exams.
And were you good with exams at school and stuff?
No, shit. Like, completely shit. So I can't remember things very well. So
you didn't do so well in school, but you went to uni.
Yeah, I did design and technology though. So yeah, and then I got into Santander, and then from there I started working for other projects, because in that time in the contracting world, there's a lot of community of people that knew of the projects. So then you kind of got to know people. Then I worked for companies like KPMG, Deloitte, Royal Bank of Scotland, Lloyd's Commercial Bank, just doing on their projects.
Mm-hmm.
And in the time, so from about 2010 to 2016, we're just doing project work. So like 3 months here, 6 months there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was earning really good money, like £400 a day. Loads of like overtime options, things like that. Yeah, I was making good money back then. And then I just started at SJP. So the contracting thing, the government changed the rule around it, and it got really shit. And they were trying to mess you up on the taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of ended, and then I got into an employed job at SJP.
Okay.
So like helping businesses develop, managing the risk, things like that, financial advice businesses. And yeah, then from there I set up my own business, and that's where I am now. But yeah, I did design at university, so
very different route that you went.
Yeah, it was just because I did it at school. I probably should have never gone to university, to be honest. But in those days, it was like the Tony Blair era.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, still because I mean, I'm not massively younger than you, but still quite a bit. So, like, even when I was at school in sixth form, it was like really pushed. Like, you need to go to university. Like, that's the route that you need to follow and go down.
Yeah, and there wasn't an alternative option. There was no option.
Yeah,
it was almost frowned upon as well if you didn't do that by the school where you were. So it wasn't. You came and go, oh, you could do this apprenticeship, or you could go, work in this job, or even little things like, oh, why don't you join the army, the navy, the Royal Air Force? There's nothing. It was never. There wasn't any of that. It was, you must do this, and if you don't, you're a failure. That's what it was. So I just thought, oh, well, what am I good at? I was good at design at school, like product design, making stuff. So I just did that because it was easy.
Did you? So you said that you found like exams and stuff a challenge. Did you find school a challenge in general?
Oh yeah, horrendous. Like most of the time, I was just daydreaming. To be honest, I wasn't even paying attention because I was so bored.
Right.
And that was throughout. School in general, like from starting school to finishing school. I just got distracted.
And you have ADHD yourself?
Yeah.
But it wasn't diagnosed at school?
No, not until like about 3 years ago now, something like that. But yeah, when I was at school, I was just so bored. Like it didn't.
Nothing clicked. Nothing was interesting.
No, like I've always like rubbish at like English handwriting and stuff like that.
But if you do like mortgages now, like surely that has something to do with money. So you didn't enjoy the maths?
I've enjoyed maths, yeah. But I mean, it's not like it's not hardcore maths or anything like that. It's more selling to people what I do, or finding a need and finding a solution to that need, like solving a problem is more what I do now. But yeah, I got very bored. Like I just found it was like learning things for the sake that now you don't even really need to use it. So
I literally had this discussion with someone yesterday.
Yeah. Like, it's not it. What school does, in my opinion, now is it just makes people good factory workers, like yes people, like control almost.
Yeah.
An institutionalization of go here, do this, be here at this time, blah blah blah. So yeah, I just in this day and age, it seems kind of, unless you're someone that's really academic and gifted and probably would go and do a job that would require university, like a dentist or a doctor, there's probably not much point, really.
I mean, I don't have much experience with what schools are like now. I don't have my own children. I've heard that there's a lot being put in to support more, to look at how there are different levels of learning and stuff as well. So I think there is stuff going in, but obviously it takes a long time. And I suppose teachers are limited with what they can do based on the funding and stuff that they're given as well, and the restrictions.
Well, I think more today it's paying lip service to that, like have a check sheet. Depends on funding. Maybe there's none. Maybe the threshold to enter it takes years. It's still not fit for purpose. I generally think the best thing for someone to do now, unless they're going to university and doing like a medical degree, just start a business. I mean,
but we can't all start a business.
You can. I mean, you could. Why not? Why can't you?
But I think it's important to recognise that whilst there are many of us who benefit from going self-employed and working for ourselves because we find being in, for example, the normal working world just doesn't fit with us, there are others who might have similar challenges, but actually they do benefit more from the working world and couldn't go self-employed. So there are a mixture. We're all different in what's best for us.
Yes, that's certainly not my view, but yeah, probably other people's.
Yeah.
I would disagree with that completely. I think for me, it's certainly like functioning in a job is just not realistic, to be honest. But and I think that's probably why I was always good at like the contracting, because you'd be doing a project and it'd be short term. So I've only got to do it for a few months.
Right. So you knew there was an end goal.
You didn't really have to care too much either. So like you could just go in. You think, well, who gives a shit if like it's not gonna? I'm only gonna be here for 3 months, so take the money and go.
my attitude, we're very different though. Yeah. My attitude has always been very different. My attitude has always been one of fear. So I've gone through work life, a stickler for the rules, and trying to like kill myself to people please. So working above and beyond all my means to make sure that I'm not fired. So I definitely different mindsets.
Yeah, I was completely upset. I was like the worst employee ever.
And that's it. But this is like where it shows that we can have neurodivergent challenges and be, neurodivergent, but we can still be so different. We're not the same in our ways. We might find some same things like a challenge, but actually like our minds and like our ways of thinking and stuff is still different.
Yeah, everybody is different. I think that's, yeah, a lot of it is the wiring in the brain, but then a lot it's like the environment that you've grown up in as well. I think it has yeah, I mean, you're a product of the environment as well, aren't you? But yeah, for me, it was kind of just mainly bored. Like, if I wasn't interested, and still now, if I'm not interested in something, I just can't be.
Yeah.
I can't give it the time.
No, that makes sense. And when you're self-employed as well, I think you have a lot more freedom to do what you want.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm very disciplined. I get up early, I work hard, and I work long hours. But I like doing it because the benefit is I'm very passionate what I do. I mean, you just see me on the phone now dealing with customers, and it's I don't have like I start work at this time, finish at this time. It's just 24/7 constant. But in between doing that, I get to come and do things like come in to speak to you, so I can block out a couple of hours and do that. So it never really feels like work to me because I'm building something for myself and my daughters that I'm really proud of. So it doesn't feel like, oh, I've got to stay another hour till I finish. And that's how a job always felt.
Yeah,
like,
clock watching.
Yeah, because I was never passionate about making money for other people. Like, what I would, especially a big corporate companies, they don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, you've worked in HR, you'll know that. HR's for the company, not the employees.
Let's not even get into that again. I think on my last podcast that was like all I spoke about.
It's true, right?
No, if you
say I would disagree.
Yeah, but you can see it from the angle where you've come from, whereas I can see it from the HR angle that I've come from.
So, HR Karens.
We're not going to discuss this. I can see that. We can have a separate discussion. I was going to ask you what made you make that jump into working for yourself. I mean, you kind of covered that, but like how did you get to working for someone to then going, right, that's it, I'm going to start my own business?
Well, so I've always, like, from being a kid, I'd always do like little side gigs or always found ways of making money.
What's a side gig that you did?
So when I was in secondary school, I would have been, I think it might have somewhere would have been around about year 9, maybe, when CD rewriters first came out. Do you remember those where you could burn the CDs? I was saying so now, CDs don't even exist really.
I mean, I had CDs.
Yeah, so basically, in the computer, you can get that drive.
Oh,
copy
you put
the
like
CD.
songs on it and stuff.
Yeah, so what you could do is, like, when these came out, and back then they were about between £100 and £120.
Like I had a Walkman.
No, these was, you put it in the computer, and then say you got a CD, you can copy it, and then make a copy of it. Oh. So what I did was, I used to go to, like, do you remember HMV, the shops? So, like, buy the CD, take it home, copy it, and then take it back, and then make copies and sell them at school.
I'm sure that's legal.
But as a kid, so.
That's true. That's true.
And I didn't know at the time whether it was or wasn't. So.
You just were like, I'm just going to do it. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
You make a lot out of doing it.
Yeah, like, well, I don't know exactly, but
you were
it was good. And then when I was at university, I did student nights, like nightclub promotion, things like that. It was really good. So we had a weekly student night, and we get about 3,000 people.
A bit of a salesperson, talk the talk.
Well, I'm just good at identifying opportunities, I would say, and then providing a product or service people want. Yeah, so that was good. And then we'd do DJing as well. And then really, I think, when I was finishing university and was looking for a job, it was mainly just to get some experience, because this was at the time shortly after the credit crunch, where there wasn't really many jobs. You could either be a recruitment consultant. Who wants to do that? But, there were no jobs available, and you were finding people jobs to do that. Or, I literally stumbled across this and then that's how I got into, like, financial services, because of that. And it was never planned to do that. But once I got into it, I thought I quite like this actually. And then, I've been in it. Where are we now? 2010, 16 years almost at this point. It's a long time.
But it's great that you found something that you enjoyed and wanted to get into, because I feel that it is a challenge for a lot of people. We don't know what we want to do at school. And like we said, schools are very pushed, like you need to go to university, you need to do this. But when you have no idea what you want to do, and a lot of things you've done haven't interested you, to then go to uni and have student loans and spend all this money studying something that you then don't stick with, it's like, I feel like you can get to the age of 30 plus and still not know what you want to do if the right thing doesn't land at your feet.
I think, I never really knew what I wanted to do, and you just kind of progress into something. And I remember my mum said to me, like, she said, as long as you find something you don't mind doing, then that's all right. Do you know what I mean? Because you can't. It's very, very rare someone's going to find something, I really love this. That's rare.
But I feel like there was people at school who knew what they wanted to do straight away, and that they stuck with that.
But then my question to you would be, well, are they still doing it now?
I don't know.
Exactly. Or maybe in some instances they are, but I bet not in 100% of cases that's correct. I generally believe if you get something, like now I love what I do, but I was always interested in like money and making money and finance and how it worked. And I think that's an important thing to know. But it kind of, I never thought, oh yeah, I'm going to make this. It's just an opportunity. And I spotted it and kind of thought, okay, let's roll with that. And you're always learning things and always developing your business to offer extra services. And I'd say my main thing is I'm good at spotting opportunities and learning how to monetize them, basically. So I think, did I need to go to university to do that? No, probably not.
No.
But the path I took gave me the knowledge and experience that I have today. Yeah. And it gave me, the opportunities I had at university to make money was good. And again, I was lucky enough. I was, like a top 10 university. I think like 6 or something now. That's pretty hard to get into, isn't it? So, like, from that perspective as well, like many times that helped me get a job. I can remember when I was at SJP, the guy was like, "Oh, you went to Loughborough?" And I said, "Yeah." And it's like, that's a really good place, isn't it? So people know. I think, if someone went to Oxford or Cambridge and just did a nothing course, you can't get it there, right? But just did a basic course, because of where they'd been, that would help them more than someone that's gone to like a shit university.
It's like it's who you know, isn't it, when they talk about business and stuff as well.
And it's, I think it's more like the prestige of where you go is important in that case. So that's definitely helped me out going there. Like if someone goes to Cambridge or Oxford, that probably helps them out.
Yeah, I would say so.
Based on the name. Opens doors, doesn't it? So, yeah.
But it's lucky that, for me, it feels that you are lucky to have figured out what you wanted to do, and you have the skill set and ability to execute it in a way that works for you. You have the business brain. I find execution of things extremely challenging. I can absolutely come up with all of the ideas. I'm a real creative, but actually figuring out marketing and being consistent is a huge challenge for me. So again, it's person by person.
I think the most important thing I've learned is you need a team of people.
Right, but how do you get a team when you're first starting out?
You have to build it up. You have to build it up. Take it up over time. Like when I started, it was just me. With limited money, and I just knew from experience of places where I've worked, this is what you need to do. Like I need an admin person. Right, do everything I can to find an admin person. Now I've got someone that helps me with social media.
But if you start with money and you have things like behind you, you can get to those points.
I didn't start with any significant amount of money, and what I would say to someone, we're in a global market now, so you don't have to just hire people in the UK. Like I've told you, the girl that does social media, she's based in the Philippines. And she's really good at what she does. Like I couldn't teach myself that, and quite frankly, I wouldn't want to. But now I'm getting videos of like 70k views on it, things like it's mad, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't have even, I wouldn't have known where to start.
No.
So,
but you still managed to get to the point where you found this person.
Yeah.
Again, that's where my execution challenges lie. I wouldn't know the starting, but I have ADHD, so I have ADHD and autism, and again, execution and figuring things out, starting point, how to get to spaces and understanding.
Yeah, I think you just got to just stop thinking. I know it's hard to say.
Stop overthinking, is that what you're going to say?
Just do.
Just stop thinking.
What I found is you kind of, by doing, you meet people, and then it opens doors and you meet other people.
I think networking's been really good.
Yes, and that's what it is, and that's how I came across her, really. But we're so lucky we live in this like day and age that we do. We've got the connectivity.
Are we lucky?
I think for business, for business, 100% we are.
Okay.
You know, for other things, maybe, you know, we can, you know, I probably agree it's not great having that constant connectivity. But from a business perspective, it's amazing. You know, even just thinking about sending emails, back in the day, you have to post stuff. And I remember posting things when I was a teenager, and you have to wait for the post and it takes ages. Now you can ping over an email in seconds, right?
Yeah.
And get it action. So, yeah, I think, you just kind of, your business grows and develops. And like, I'm at 3 years now. And I think, oh my God, like, it's only when you look back at what you've achieved, because you're always constantly looking forward and going, oh, what if I want this, want this. It's only when you look back when you can really actually appreciate what you've done. So I'd say to anyone, do that. Just take a minute and go, blimey, it was nothing and now it's something.
Do you think your ADHD shapes the way you work with your clients?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
Why?
Because I do what I want. I follow the processes that I do what I want. You know, like, I get to decide how I deal with them. So I'm a big fan of using WhatsApp and email because it's just the communication is instant and easy. And most people that I deal with are probably between the ages of 25 and 45, generally. So these people know how to use technology, especially even when you start going younger now to like that kind of 30 and below. They've grown like the Gen Zs, grown up with tablets in their hands, right?
Yeah.
So that's what they prefer. So how we deal with people is remotely. We don't really do in-person meetings because we don't need to. Most people don't want it.
Yeah.
So everything is kind of virtual. But what I would say as well is what I have noticed, particularly with certain clients, they tend to be successful in whatever area of business they're in, is the rapid response to requests. You know, I can think of one guy in particular. He must have ADHD, but his work rate is amazing. And I love working with people like that because you get stuff done quicker.
Okay.
So
I'd be a nightmare then.
Did you say ADHD? Yeah. So I like people that can respond.
Figure it out.
Respond quickly. Because I'm the same, you know, my phone is in my hand all the time. So there's no excuse not to get back to something quick and progress things quickly. So yeah, I just deal with clients. It's 24/7. Do you know what I mean? Like I said to you, and it just kind of, I do personal stuff in between it. But yeah, that's what gets me going.
But it sounds really like it's great. It's really positive for you. You have a lot of good things going. Do you ever feel like you're hindered by any challenges that you have?
How do you mean specifically? Like,
so you have good relationships with your clients. You know you can execute things quite well, quite quickly. Do you ever have any challenges that might be associated with ADHD, where you, like you mentioned, you get bored quite easily? Does it affect your communication with people? Have you ever come across any friction or anything?
No, because I don't. If I get a long email, I'll call the person up.
Right.
So that's what I've always done. So it's adapting to the situation. So I hate doing long emails, long written word, because it's just my brain can't process it. I need short, to the point, succinct. And I guess sometimes, I've in my more personal relationships, when I'm completely direct to the point and
rude,
not rude, but lacking empathy. Maybe
right.
Sometimes that can get me into trouble.
Right.
But that's more personal than with clients. I like to get to the point, not waste time, land the plane, crack on. Like, I'm not one for small talk and things like that. I'll get straight to.
So would you say in business you're really successful and you don't find that you have so many challenges, but perhaps in like your personal life it's more of a challenge?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Is that like with friends and stuff as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
In what way?
For the ways we've just spoken, like one of the biggest complaints I get about
complaints
more personal relationships, shall we
right.
say, is you're never available. You're always busy. You're always working. You never have any time for me. And that is just
Do you think you ensure that you work so much because you feel comfortable and you know that you are successful at it and you don't have as many challenges, so perhaps you go more down the, well, I'm just going to work all the time, to avoid the personal relationship side of things because it's not as clear cut for you? It's
more maybe the boredom
of being with people,
of enjoying what I do so much and liking time on my own. But I'm the kind of person it'd be nice to see friends for a few hours, or maybe an evening, a day, whatever. But then the next time, I kind of want to be in my own.
Right, you like your personal space.
Yeah, so I think that's the problem that I have more in personal relationships, because people wanting to see you maybe more and unique. I kind of need time away just to like process. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that's why relationships break down a lot with people, because we go for people that don't match our communication styles, that don't match our attachment styles, and therefore you have challenges because they're not meeting your needs either way.
Yeah, I'd say that's the biggest thing, and it's kind of yeah, it's a common trend.
Okay,
it's more of a me problem than other people.
Might not be a you problem. It just might be a thing that other people find a challenge as well.
Well, no, I mean in these relationships, it's definitely caused by me.
Okay, what is that? What they say?
No, that's what I believe, because, like I've always said,
maybe you're telling yourself a negative narrative.
I'm very good at holding the mirror up.
Right.
I will admit my fault and take responsibility for that. I never blame other people. I'll always blame myself first. And in instances where it could be other people, then I'll take equal blame for that. But yeah, I will take. You probably know that with people now. I will take full responsibility for my own fault, because I'm not perfect at all, far from.
No, I don't think anyone's perfect, but if you're always so quick to put yourself at fault, perhaps you don't always recognise when you're not at fault.
I try to. I can see when I'm not, but a lot of the time I am.
But you can only see you, right? You can only how you behave.
I prefer to reflect on the situation, see what I did wrong. There's always something you've done wrong, and then just accept it.
I'm always right.
Well, maybe, but I just accept it and move on. Try and learn from it. I don't dwell on things.
Right.
I move on very quickly and get over things very quickly.
See, we're so opposite.
Right, so you dwell.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like something will happen and it's all I will think about, because I'm like, have I offended that person? What are they thinking about me? What are they going to tell other people? What happens next? How am I going to see them again? So there is this constant
I haven't got time for that.
And everyone always said to me, oh, like meta, it's something you learn. It's something you learn as you get older. You know, when you're in your 30s, like you'll learn that you don't care as much what other people think. But truthfully, I am such a deep, emotional, like sensitive person, and not in a bad way. I'm finally happy with the way I am, but it does mean that I am so affected, right? So I can't just not care or just get over things. It's just not who I am.
So yeah, I'll just go move on.
If someone listening wants support but fears judgment from a mortgage perspective, that's something they're interested in. What would you say to them? What advice would you give when looking for a mortgage advisor?
Yeah, so I completely understand that, first deal, because people's finances is very personal to them as well. Certainly if they feel like their finances are not ideal,
right,
or not in a good shape, I completely get that. And this is the thing I think about a lot. What I would say is, like, absolutely, I've seen everything. Like, I would never judge a person anyway. I still managed to find like a product for them, still managed to achieve their outcome of what they wanted, despite, you know, this horrendous credit report. So,
but I think it's the initial fear, perhaps, that people have of being judged.
I would never judge anyone, never, because the situation that they have is the situation, and actually, we could probably find a solution for them as well. And even if at that point we couldn't find the solution, I'm about helping them to give them tips and tricks of how they can improve that.
Right.
Because it's not always a case of right now. It could be 2 years, 5 years, however long it takes you to get into that position. Like, we're here to help you and support you through that. So a lot of what we do is we've got like guides for first-time buyers, which is an area that we kind of advertise, I suppose, on social media, which give people tips.
Do you think they're easy to follow?
Yeah, I mean, because they're in a variety of formats. So like I've mentioned, we've got the social media girl, we've got reels, we've got a 20-page guide, like an end-to-end process guide. You can have a call with me, you can WhatsApp me any questions. I say to people, look, you ask me any question you want, like, don't feel it's stupid because you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. And that's why you pay me.
That's one of my favourite sayings.
To help you. You don't do it. No. You don't know what you don't know. So I'm a big believer in, you pay experts to make something easier for you. Like, if I need a lawyer to represent me in court, I'm going to get a barrister. I'm going to do it myself.
Right.
Because you're basically paying for my knowledge and experience. But yeah, we never judge people. Like, we see it all as well. You know, prolific gambling. Like, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It's normal.
So somebody shouldn't be put off.
No, definitely not. No, actually encouraged, because there's like no judgment at all.
Do you find yourself relating to people or able to share relatable stories that make them feel more comfortable? Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, I mean, you it's, finances are very personal, aren't they? So you have to be able to trust the person you're dealing with. I mean, all you got to do is read our Google reviews to see how we are as a business. And yeah, we're very client centric. Everything we do, the client at the centre of that, and making, you know, the best outcome for them as possible. That's what matters to me more than anything. So yeah, don't we've seen it all anyway. You won't feel judged by us. And if somebody was interested in getting a mortgage, what would they do about it? How would they go about the first steps? Because I have no clue.
Yes, the first step is literally booking a call, video call, half an hour call. We'll just find out about yourself, listening and asking questions, really, and just gauging on the situation of, you know, like, are you ready now, or is it something that you're thinking about? And just kind of whatever that may be, come out with at the end of the call, kind of step by step next steps or plan to, you know, it might be, oh, you're ready now, cool, let's go, let's onboard you as a client. But it could be a lot of the time that people are thinking, and maybe they'll come back like 6-12 months later, but they just have a chat. Like, we're not going to try and sign you up to anything. It's not what we're about. We're here to help.
Right.
So we just want to talk.
So if I was looking for a mortgage advisor, I'd literally just type that into Google.
Yeah, well, I'd hope you'd ring me.
Right, of course. But in general, if somebody was like just generally looking.
Yeah, go Google.
Go to networking, find a mortgage advisor. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
I mean, Google, social media, networking. referrals. A lot of what we do is referrals from existing clients,
right?
You know, friends of friends.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it needs to be something you can trust.
Right. Yeah.
We don't judge.
Do you cover all of Northampton?
So the whole world.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. So we, because of like our remote approach,
Mm-hmm.
we can deal with anyone. You know, nationally, is there I've got clients all over the country, and internationally because we have expats that buy. So we do that. Maybe expats are buying property here still.
Okay.
We've got one in Australia, some in Dubai.
So, but if they were buying property abroad, you can help with that too.
No, because UK lenders only lend on UK security.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, one in Saudi, Germany, Portugal.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, worldwide.
What structures would you say, or what tools have you put in place for yourself to help you every day to be as successful as you are? What do you do?
Hold myself accountable.
Okay.
So just try and be as disciplined. Like get up at the same time, even if I don't want to. Just do it anyway.
You can push yourself to get up.
Yeah, because I'm disciplined.
But you can be as disciplined as you want to be. Sometimes it's like no.
Yeah, so what I will do is little things like going to bed at a similar time every night, apart from maybe Friday or Saturday.
Right.
But similar time to wake up, similar time to go to bed, similar time to go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost it's like I see it was Alex Hormozy's wife, Layla, talking about it on YouTube. And if in life we can reduce the number of decisions we have to make every day, we're more productive. So she called it like decision fatigue. So deciding what to have for breakfast, deciding what to wear. If you just got everything ready, so you don't have to think too much, you can just go through it on autopilot. So if I get up at the same time, I've got my clothes all ready. I don't have to think. I just put it on. I go and have a coffee. Like it's the same thing every morning. Like I go to the gym at 2 p.m. every day. Like it's just kind of, apart from Wednesday when it's my rest day. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to think. You just do. So you're more productive. You're like, oh, shall I go to the gym? Oh, I don't know if I feel like it. You just go. Just go. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's clearly worked really well for you. And we know that ADHD thrives in structure.
Yeah.
Right?
Structure is massive.
But I overthink everything. So it's not just as simple as let's just do this. Let's just like getting into a structure is very challenging. I also thrive in structure. But getting into one is not as easy as I'm just going to do this. But like you said, preparing things beforehand, that does help.
Yeah, that's definitely. She called it decision fatigue. I like that word. And also little things I learn a lot from like watching podcasts. Like Elon Musk, for example, is like just focus on the things that need to be done today. So I've got like on reminders on my phone that links into my iPad and my MacBook. So it's all linked wherever you are, an update. And I just write, what do I really need to do today? And then prioritize it every day. Like, so it's always kind of like a working list, but right, okay, at the end of the day, I need to get that done. So what out of all these things, what's the most important? Like, I call it like signal and noise. So try and limit the noise and just concentrate on what do I need to do today to move the needle so that things are progressing? Because there's one thing that we like as humans is progress. So you don't want to sit there like, you don't want to be a busy fool, like doing all this shit and then like stop progressing.
Sounds like you're talking about me.
No, you're just assuming that.
A busy fool.
You're like just assuming that. But what you want is, okay, if I do this now, is it going to move the needle in terms of like progressing things forward? Or is it less important that could wait till tomorrow, maybe? So what I mean by what moves the needle would be things like, is it going to make money now? If I do this, is it going to progress more revenue? Yes or no? Right. If yes, do it.
How do you figure out if it is going to?
Well, for me, this morning, client, let's sign up to that insurance policy. Right, prioritize it now. get it signed up, get it on risk for the clients, and one, they're protected. So their mortgage offer yesterday, it's for a remortgage, they haven't got insurance, and then that will bring revenue for the business quickly when it goes on risk. So it's kind of like, do that now, or go to town to drop something off at the dry cleaner. Do you see what I mean? So you could go to the dry cleaner because you were going to, but actually if you reprioritize it, actually shit, this takes priority now, so I'm going to do that instead.
So you've obviously learned how to prioritize.
Yeah, it's learned. It's not natural.
Do you have a tip on how somebody can learn to prioritize on what is important?
Repetitions and experience, if anything.
Right.
Just by holding yourself accountable, like when you didn't do it. Okay, not making excuses. So like, you have to. Everything, it comes down like everything is like repetitions and practice. It's like going to the gym. You don't go to the gym and you're in great shape from like day one. No, it's like years of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's only by doing this, and every month I'll I have like a little one pager for like my business and all the things I want to do, and like I look at it every month, like the last day of the month, and okay, and then I'll go through it all and change it and update it. So I'm constantly focusing myself on. And then it's always sitting on my desk there, so I can read it like every day. So I always know what I've got to do.
Right.
And I set a target that might be harder than what I know is possible. So I'm pushing myself. And yeah, I just keep hold myself accountable. That is what I'm quite good at. I'm quite hard on myself. Yeah. And that's what pushes. I'm never like, oh, that was really good. Yes, you have to celebrate the wins.
Yeah.
But like, then get back to business.
Yeah.
You know, so it's, I would say, because I was like searching for ages, what can I do? Because I'm really bad at forgetting things, so I have to write it on this reminders. And luckily, I realised, I was looking online, I was like, some reminders on the iPhone. I was like, brilliant, I don't have to pay for it, and it's just included.
Right.
It syncs really well, works really well for me. Yeah.
It just shows how, again, different our brains are. Your brain works with all of these things, and you've found the tools that work well for you, which is great. And it shows that you can have challenges, but you can also learn more about yourself and what works for you. So the understanding of yourself to allow you to put things in place that are gonna help you progress. Yeah,
you have to be self-reflective, I think.
Okay.
The most dangerous thing I think for somebody is to be kind of delusional in the aspect of they think they can do no wrong and they blame everyone else for everything. That's.
Do you think people do that?
Oh yeah. 100%.
What would you say to somebody that blames themselves for everything? Because I mean, isn't that what you do as well?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think you have to blame yourself because it's only through you that you can get better. Like, you can't just go, oh, well, that was so and so's fault. What did you do wrong? It's always something you can do better.
But is it about blaming ourselves, or is it about having more compassion for the things that don't go quite right, rather than saying, oh, we were wrong, and saying, actually, that didn't go quite right. Next time I'm going to do this, but also I'm not going to tell myself that I'm bad, or like I'm not a good person, or I can't do it.
You have to look at the situation. What went well, what didn't go well. Be honest about it.
Yeah.
If it went well, keep doing it. If it didn't, cut it immediately.
Okay, so maybe it's not about blaming yourself. Maybe it's just about reflection.
No, it's definitely about blaming yourself for what you did do wrong. Like, oh, fuck that up. That was my fault. Like, you have to. Like, and I think people were like, you can dress it up how you want, but this is why the country is in the state that we're in, from the top, week down, because it's to blame other people, blame the right, blames the left. Like, blame yourself, like, take responsibility.
But I think people do take responsibility.
I don't.
You don't? No. Oh my goodness, let's not turn this into a political debate.
No, really not. But no, I don't think. I think it's very easy in this day and age with all the mental health and that everyone goes, oh, it's not your fault. No, actually, you know what? It was. Like, so accept responsibility for that.
Accept responsibility that the mental health challenges are their fault.
No, that's not what I said. I said accept what is. What I mean is people can be with the mental health over soft.
Mm.
So actually, don't be too soft and like, oh, that's an excuse of people having mental health problems.
Mm.
And actually be realistic.
But if we go back to the you don't know what you don't know, we don't know what each person is truly going through. So we only see the outside. We don't know into every single person's lives, and we don't know all of the things that have affected and impacted them.
You're never going to know.
You're not. So is it not more about remembering that because we don't know everybody's circumstances, perhaps it's not all everyone is like soft or everyone, doesn't feel the need to blame themselves. Perhaps it is just that we don't know what people have been through, and so we just need to be kinder, but it doesn't mean that we don't hold people accountable. We should still hold them accountable.
I just think we're all getting too soft, and as a result of that, we're in the state that we're in now. Whereas I think sometimes you can be too kind.
Okay.
So, there's that.
In what way?
In the sense of almost excusing things in terms of, oh, it's because they've got this, oh, it's because they've got that.
Mm-hmm.
That still doesn't detract from like people's character, what's morally right and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That they just because they have X, Y, and Z, that doesn't make it as an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
You still have to take everything into account. Like you can't. I think they can be too nice, too kind sometimes. I'm just saying what I think. Like I generally think that is we can be overly kind when actually we probably need to be a bit more balanced in what we're saying. Things you can't just go, oh, that person's got mental health problems. Oh yeah, they excuses them for everything they can ever do. Like that, absolutely not.
I think we're all entitled to feel, see, express how we feel about things, how we see them. But obviously, there's so many different, like we said, people out there with unique challenges, unique strengths, and we never know everybody's stories. So
no. But we know our own.
Yeah, so we should hold ourselves accountable for what we know we can achieve, but we might not know what we can achieve until we get that support to start with. So meeting people where they're at. So we might have to start with kindness, what might look like too much kindness for you, but we might have to start at that point to bring that person to the level so they can then hold themselves accountable and get back on the right track.
Life's tough, Meta. Life is not kind and rosy, and it's not kind all the time. There are some good things.
It's not, but we have to learn these things.
Yeah, I just don't see the point of being overly kind to people and then excusing everything for them. But I just think that's a bad way to go, personally.
But that's not what I'm saying. But a lot of people can find the challenge between the pull of wanting security but also wanting the spontaneity and the impulsivity.
For what you mean of starting a business?
Yeah, of life in general. I suppose a lot of people want both sides or they need both sides. And when you have things like ADHD, like we discussed, boredom comes quite easily. So how do you think that you manage that? I mean, you've kind of covered that. You said that you can manage your time how you want to manage it now, but the idea of spontaneity, I suppose, and being able to be impulsive and not having the boredom means that you need to be making the money to get to that point as well, right? And
well, it depends what spontaneous activities you do.
I suppose.
Yeah, I can think of some, but so I would say the impulse. I wouldn't call it spontaneity. The impulsivity. I think that's a better word for it because when I say impulsivity, it's like you can't control it.
Right.
And that is what I find in my head. It's not spontaneity, because I'd be like, oh, let's try this. The impulsivity is like, all of it gets in your head and you have to do it.
Right.
You can't.
Do you have an example?
It's not appropriate. That's what I'm talking about. You know, when you've got that, like you have to, like you can feel it in your body, like
yeah,
to like do this.
Do you feel the energy in your body?
Yeah. And I just have to do it. And then when I've done it, it's like
a release.
Yeah. And that's where, when I say impulsivity, like I can think of times in my life where I've been driving down the road and I've gone and done something else like that because it's an impulse.
Right.
And that, to me, an impulse is like something that you must act on immediately.
What happens if you don't?
Well, then it's just going to be going around in your head until you do, and you can't get out of it. It's like,
maybe what you're feeling is agitation, like build up.
No, it's like I need to do that now because it's the only thing I can think about until it's done.
Right.
So impulsivity for me is kind of, I think, it's like chasing the dopamine, and that's literally, it's like a chemical thing. Until you get the dopamine, and then you release. You feel like calm.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. Okay. How would people get in touch with you directly if they wanted to find a mortgage advisor?
You can find me on my website, alphamortgages.co.uk, ALFA, on social media, alpha_mortgages, my phone number 07778 606 we'll just ask you.
Okay, yeah.
Could do.
Is it Alpha Mortgages because you're like the alpha?
Everyone always asks me that and assumes correctly that is, but no, the real reason would be my grandmother's Greek. She died a few years ago now. But in the Greek language, it means the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I just thought it sounded cool.
It does.
Yeah, that's why I spelled ALFA as well. So someone actually said it'd be good if it was back in the phone book days when you come up in.
Yeah.
Be like first
at the start. Yeah, of course.
So yeah, it was from her really. I love Greece. I love like the Greek food culture, like the old mythology.
You like travelling?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I love travelling. It's my biggest passion.
There you go. Enjoyable.
Yeah.
Before we finish the podcast completely, I have my signature question to ask you, which you don't know because I haven't prepared you. But if your life was a country song, what would the title be?
It's not over till it's over.
Okay. I like it. Doesn't sound very country, but cool.
It does to me.
Right, okay. Is there like a truck in there or some whiskey or something?
Of course. Whiskey whilst driving the truck. Because it's American.
Okay, so your song title should be Whiskey Whilst Driving the Truck then.
There we go.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being on this week's podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. You can find us on YouTube next week, same time again at 7 p.m. Thanks, guys. Thank you for listening to Have You Met Her? New episodes drop every week on YouTube at the ADHD Creative Hub. Like, comment and subscribe. We're based out of the Mensa Wellbeing Group, Northamptonshire Centre for Neurodivergent Wellbeing. Check out our website for our services, upcoming events and space hire.
Have you met her?